rising UFC welterweight, Anthony Rocco Martin. Thank you so much for the time, man. Second time in I think the last 2 months we've talked. How is everything going on? You're in Vegas. Let me know why are you there so early?
Thanks for having me on, buddy. Nice talking to you again. No, I'm out here just to get a little, these last 2 weeks, get a little change of scenery, get acclimated because it has a little bit of the elevation out here is a little bit different. The air is a little different here because it's a little drier. So I just wanted to get acclimated. And then I also have my longtime coach, Brock Larson, in town. So he's out here, and then Tyson comes in. So just to get back in, we all get the same game plan that me and Jakau have been running for the last 14 weeks. So it's more just to get a little change, get these good vibes out here, get some good heat, good sun, and just enjoy these next 2 weeks until the fight.
How is the environment in Vegas? Are there people out there on the strip, or is it still a ghost town?
And we haven't went on the strip yet, but they haven't opened or nothing yet. So everything's closed. I think they're actually opening the strip on like a couple days before my fight, like the 4th or something like that. So hopefully, I go in there, whoop some ass, and then I'm not scared. I'll go out. I'm not worried about it. So I'll go out and enjoy the town a little bit and see how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like people now you can go out and kind of just be safe, right? And not really worry too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's just we've waited long enough. We gave it long enough time to flatten the curve. And I mean, flatten the curve was never set to kill the virus. Like, you knew the virus wasn't going to die like that. So it's time to get back to the real world and to what we do on a normal basis.
14 weeks. That is a very long time to be in camp. Did you take little short breaks in between when you let's say when you got your UFC Lincoln fight canceled? Did you decide to take a couple days off, or?
No, because every time I thought I was fighting a couple weeks later. So, I was going to fight on the 25th, right? And then I almost jumped in on the 18th because I thought the 18th was still going to go through. And then I almost fell into that card. But the day that I was about to take the fight, they canceled the whole card. So then I'm like, shit. And then I'm thinking I'm going to fight the 9th or the 13th or the 16th. And then all that fell through. I mean, they couldn't get me a fight. So I was like, damn it. So then they're like, all right, you're going to fight the 23rd. Are perfect. Then the 23rd got moved to the 30th. So then they're like, all right, you're fighting the 30th. Again, I'm waiting. And finally, like, all right, we offered the fight to Neil Magny for the 30th. Let's see what he says. And I don't know. I don't know if he said he could fight June 6th, or if they decided let's just have you fight on June 6th. Then all of a sudden my manager's like, all right, it's a done deal, June 6th. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's time for me to fight. So every time I'm thinking I'm like 3-4 weeks out of a fight. So I never took any time off or anything. No.
So was Neil Magny the opponent the whole time?
No, I mean, I just got the opponent maybe a week ago now. So not even a week ago. Or what's today? Tuesday? I think a week ago is when I kind of knew that I was going to fight Neil Magny. So I'm excited though, man. I think it's the right fight. It's the fight I feel like I deserve. And it's the opportunity that I was hoping would present itself after, the Zawada fight obviously got canceled. And I was just like, man, I feel like this is more of the type of fight that I deserve.
We spoke about that last time, and you were kind of confused about the matchup, but it all works out, man, for you. Sometimes it does. It's just funny that way, right?
Just sticking to the path, man. You stick to that path of doing stuff the right way. I feel like that's when good things come your way. So I think that there's a long time I was sticking on this path of training every day, being ready to fight. I was trying to fill in for the UFC multiple times. And I try to fill in for that Uriah Hall fight even. So, I mean, I was trying to help out. So I think they realized, all right, let's get this guy the opportunity that he's earned. And so I'm happy, man. I'm excited. I think it's setting up I think this is my moment right here.
The Uriah Hall fight, you're about to jump in on like 2 days?
I tried to, yeah. I texted Sean that night. I'm like, listen, because it was that night, so I couldn't make it there for weigh-in. So I was like, listen, I don't know if you guys want me to just come down and fight, or if you guys want to push the fight to Wednesday or Saturday, but I'll come down and fight. I was just like, in my brain, I'm like, man, I've been in there sparring with Douglas Lima. So I'm like, I'm not really worried about anyone striking right now. So I knew, it presented obviously difficulty with the weight, and he's a very good striker and bigger than me, but I was like, nah, man, I've been training with Douglas. I'll be in there and do my thing.
So having the UFC tell you stay ready, and then they tell you all these dates, I guess that keeps you motivated throughout the 14 weeks.
I mean, it was tough though. I mean, I was motivated, but it was also like, so what happens like at 3 weeks out is usually like I'm trying to peak, you know. So I'll start to peak that week to relax the last 2 weeks. I mean, I was hitting that 3 weeks training like 4 times. I'm like, I don't know, guys. I'm starting to fall apart over here. So I mean, it was kind of like just a little draining, just like not knowing if they even had a specific date. Like if it was like, listen, no matter what, you're gonna fight this day, and if you don't fight, we're gonna pay you. Then it's like, then you're motivated. But it was hard to be like, shit, I'm not sure if I'm fighting or when I'm fighting. So that part was tough, but I just knew even Jakal was like, listen, you're already in shape, man. Let's stay in shape. Let's keep grinding. Let's not sway from the path at all. And something's good is going to come your way, and it did.
Well, when you go into a camp, right, like a normal camp would be around 8 weeks, you get to prepare for a certain opponent. Do you like this aspect of having a guy come in maybe 2 weeks out and just you know him and you've seen him fight, but you're not really game planning for him? Are you, or is it different for you?
No, I mean, I think that I'm just like a well-rounded fighter. You know what I mean? Where I like my style of fighting is like wherever the fight brings me is where I go. So I don't feel like I don't need a specific body type to get me ready for fights. You know what I mean? Or I don't need my exact opponent's body type to get me ready, because I just fight. I go in there. My game plan's always the same. It's like, hey, establish my strike, do my skills on the feet. If they're not working, let's grapple. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that's a simple game plan. But obviously he's got a different body type, you know, that I'm not. It's hard to even find. I don't even know how exactly you find a body type like that. So it just presents. I think that the way we train there, you know, in Atlanta, we have so many different body types already that I think I'm ready for anyone. You know, and I knew that's why I wasn't stressed too much about getting an opponent. I was more stressed about just tell me a for sure day that I'm going to fight no matter what, and I'd be happy, you know. And so I was just staying ready, and the way we train, we do everything, man. And I think that I got a high skill level at everything that we do, so I'm ready.
So adapting is a big part of your game then, when you go in there and you fill them out and then react to what they're giving you.
Yeah, and it was experience, you know. I think that I was over game planning. I was telling people that I was over game planning in the beginning of my career, and I was kind of taking away my skills. You know, I was being like so worried about what they're doing, you know, and I'd be like, oh, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, and then all of a sudden I'd be thinking more in this fight, and then instead of just fighting, you know, instead I just go out there, listen, this is what I'm going to do. If it doesn't work, then I'll switch it up, you know. Then we'll go to where else. It's a simple game. I mean, MMA's, there's a lot of stuff that's happening very fast in there, but it's really, listen, I'm trying to hit you and not get hit. That's my game plan. I'm trying to hit you, not get hit. Then if I got to push the pace, I got to push the pace. If I got to grapple, I got to grapple. I feel like for me, it's a simple game plan that I stick to every fight.
Do you see yourself having the advantage more in the stand-up or on the ground? Because Neil, he likes to do both.
Yeah. No, I think that he's a well-rounded fighter, but I don't think he's like a master anywhere. I don't think he's like an elite level anywhere. You know what I mean? I think that he's just, other than cardio, man, he's got really good cardio, so his output's high. So he's got high output, and I just got to go in there knowing like I just can't let him outwork me. You know, it's kind of a thing where I just can't let him outwork me, and I think that I'm better everywhere. So I think it's just one of those things where if I get lazy, I think that's when I can start losing the fight, is if I get lazy in there. And so I got to go in there mentally sharp and ready to know that it could be a war, man. It could be just like I got to win those little battles in there. And that just comes from not letting him outwork me, not giving him anything cheap, you know, not giving him anything free, and I got to make him work. So anything he wants to do to me, I got to make him work as well.
Yeah. If you look back at Neil's record, he's beaten guys that he wasn't supposed to beat. It seems like a lot of guys underestimate him and take little bits and periods during the fight off, and that's when Neil takes over. Have you watched his tape?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his fights, and it's exactly, I think that this is what I was saying, that he was like one of the, not the first generation of it, but one of those guys that has shown the evolution of MMA, where I feel like it's so much cardio based now, where you could be possibly not even close to the best striker, best grappler, best. He's like the epitome of this, I think, where you don't got to be the best at any of those anymore. You have to go, if you have crazy cardio and you could push the pace, you could make those guys make a lot of mistakes. And I think he was a master of capitalizing. He's a master at capitalizing and breaking guys. It was the same thing in his last fight versus Lee. I think that Lee is technically might be a better fighter, And maybe, I mean, Lee's kind of like that guy that's just really tough too. But I'm just saying, like, I think that he has an ability to break you, and it's breaking you where he's touching you from spots where you're not used to getting touched, and he's just always in your face, making you work no matter what. And he's so long where it's always like you're always got to be engaged. Where a lot of people like to hit and then move out, and then you're kind of sitting on the outside, but he's in your face. So it's kind of one of those fights where I think that showed the evolution of MMA switching more to a cardio-based fighting. But that's where I think I don't think I have any problem, especially in a 15-minute fight. I don't see myself even getting close to gassing. And even if I got tired, I don't see him winning 2 rounds.
Yeah, well, your training partners are all like cardio machines. You know, Douglas and Diego. Yep. They last forever. So I'm pretty sure you're used to that.
No, I mean, and those guys are taking turns on me. You know what I mean? So it's not even like we're like we'll do, and I get tired. I can still grapple forever when I'm tired right now. So I'm just like I'm not. I think honestly, if unless I just let him walk me down and bully me, I think if you let him bully you around a little bit, that's when you start melting, and that's when I felt like Lee started reaching to grab him, and it started like overusing, tried so hard to take him down because he felt like he was getting hit because he's not used to getting hit where he was getting hit. And I'm just like, no, I'm gonna go in there and know I'm gonna get hit. I know he's got good cardio. And I don't know, man. I'm ready for 15 minutes, but I could easily see me finishing this fight.
You're in Vegas. You're at the PI. I saw something online about the PI where there's some kind of scheduling conflicts with the fighters. Like, is it difficult there right now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, from what I've been hearing is that so the mornings, if you're not in fight week. So right now I'm not in fight week. Morning times are for you, and then night times will be for the fight week people. But then I also heard a rumor where the fighters aren't going to be able to go to the PI, and that the PI is going to have to go to them to do work, and Trifecta will be there and stuff. But I mean, so far I've been here. I've gotten in and scheduled. You know, getting my little dings that I have. You know, healed up while I'm there. I'm training in the morning, and they're cooking my meals and stuff. They're taking really good care of me. So I'm happy, and I'm excited, man.
Yeah, like going in there and getting those dings and like massages, and I think that's a huge advantage leading up to a fight.
Yeah, that's how I told Jacal, I'm like, you know, we've been in camp for so long. You know, I'm in shape. I'm ready to go. We've been game planning for 14 weeks to fight anybody. So I'm like, I'm ready, man. So I'm just like, I'm going to go out here. Let's heal the body for these 2 weeks and just feel right and go into this fight at 100%.
You know, you guys are kind of in similar positions. You're like right at the edge of the rankings. So if you win, that means that kind of propels you into somebody in the rankings. Do you see yourself, like, under the circumstances of what the world is right now, do you see yourself being more selective with who you fight next, or do you just want to get another fight in and get paid?
Yeah, so I was seeing the UFC rankings right now. It's ridiculous. They have Pettis ranked at 15th. First off, he shouldn't even be at 170, and he doesn't belong in the rankings. They got Conor McGregor at 14, which, again, I'm like, Conor's not a 70-pounder. He's never come up to 170 and fought a 70-pounder. Nate's not a 70-pounder. I don't care what anyone says about Nate. Nate's a tough fighter. I'm not saying he's not a tough fighter, but he's not a 70-pounder. All right, he just got in there. He fought Masvidal, and anyone that could watch that fight, he got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? Masvidal beating the shit out of his ass, and Masvidal's not even that big of a 70-pounder. So I'm like, I think those 3 shouldn't be in the rankings. So I think that easily we should put Magny in at like 13, and I feel like I should be like 15, right there at that 15 mark. So I mean, I think that after if I take out Magny, I would be shocked if I'm not in the rankings. And then that's my last fight of my contract, you know. So this is my last fight going in the contract, and the most important thing is to me is getting the right opponent, and the right opponent is only someone that's going to be in the rankings. So I won't re-sign if I'm not going to get someone in the rankings. I mean, the money's secondary to me. You know what I mean? I don't fight for the money. So if obviously I don't want to be robbed, you know, I don't want to be taken advantage of because if they like, oh, he doesn't really care about money, offer him a shit contract. But I'm just like, I want what I deserve. You know what I mean? So if I destroy Magny, I deserve a guy that's in the top 15. And I won't sign a contract unless I see the name and with the guy that's ranked top 15. And I think that's the only thing that would keep me in the UFC right now.
So this fight against Magny is the last fight on your current deal. So you're going into this fight like a lot of other guys have been doing. They're going into their last fight in their contract, not re-signing.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like do it for like negotiations or try to be like I'm not trying to go into free agency and test the waters to see what I'm worth or anything like that right now. You know, my goal and my drive right now is to be the UFC champion, and I think that I've taken the right steps to start propelling my way to contention, and I've been trying to put some weight on. I think that was something that is something that could really propel me into that top 10, top 5, and push me into 2021 trying to chase down a title shot. So in my brain, until that dream's dead, there's no point in me trying to chase the money, you know. So my drive right now is not to chase the money, and it's nothing against other organizations at all. My dream's always been to be the UFC champion, and that's my goal, and that's the only reason why, again, that I won't re-sign unless I'm fighting someone in the top 15.
Yeah, well, you know, since moving up to welterweight, if you win this fight, you'll be 6-1. That's like incredible in the division. This division is crazy stacked. So yeah, hopefully everything works out and you get, you know, the next opponent. I say, hey, you beat Magny, you fight Pettis. That's a big name. He's in there.
Shit, I'd take
Why not?
Pettis. I'd take Pettis apart, man. There's no way. Like he's too small. He's got no cardio. He's got no heart anymore, and I'm telling you, he's clocked out. I don't think he would even take the fight. But I would love that fight. They're gonna give me Pettis, you know, on that platter. I'll take him for sure. So, man, I'm focused on Magny. I think that I truly think that Magny would absolutely destroy Pettis as well. So in my brain, I'm going in this fight being like, Magny's legit, man. He was ranked like 7th in the world at one point, and he's no joke. Like you said, you know, he's beat Calvin Gastelum. He beat Johnny Hendricks. Carlos Condit. I mean, this guy's not any slump. I could talk all the shit I want about him, or say like his skill level is not nearly on mine. And then the day June 6th, I got to go out there and prove it. And I do know that he's gonna test me, but I also think that he's gonna bring out the best of me.
That's why I love this sport, man. You talk all this shit, but you got to go out there and prove it. That's what, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. All right, well, June 6th, UFC 250. Las Vegas, man. Thank you so much, Rocco, for the time, and good luck on the fight, man. Good luck on everything that's gonna be coming in the future for yourself. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun fight. I like this matchup.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it. You know, we'll have to get together after this fight.